Hey, is this me? I can't tell.
Keith,
Yo.
we went to a show.
Yeah, we did.
It was in Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah. I'm gonna do that every time we go to Baltimore.
Yeah. At the Pier 6 Pavilion. It was Judas Priest and Steel fucking Panther.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. It's just Judas Priest.
Priest.
Sick.
Priest.
Peace.
Yeah. We all sound like a bunch of fucking dogs.
Yeah.
Judas Priest has put out a new album called
Cheers,
Redeemer of Souls.
Redeemer of souls. Yeah.
And this is their tour for that, and I've been super stoked for this show. Unfortunately, we missed half of Steel Panther's set, but we caught the other half, so we have words to say. What's your words?
My words, Steel Panther is a fun live band. I wish almost maybe we would see them in a smaller place, because definitely just their on-stage antics and things like that seem to point towards, for a smaller venue. Well, because we heard them do 5 songs. I mean, they played Eyes of Panther, which is when we got there, 17 Girls in a Row, Glory Hole, Party All Day, Fuck All Night, and Death to All But Metal. And I mean, yeah, they played all, I mean, they were all good songs, fun songs to play live. Those guys, at least, seem immensely talented. Nice. Like, they're all just dancing around on stage constantly and playing and shredding all at the same time. It's just like, you know, this is my first time seeing Steel Panther, so it was a real treat. And then when they started bringing all the lady folk at the show up on stage, that's when it got fucking funny. Like when they brought when Michael Starr held the baby on stage, it just got awkward.
Yeah, it was really awkward.
It's just like, he's like, that's not a good idea, and then he held the baby for like a solid.
And then he was like, this is awkward, take it back.
And he got a cougar up there. And
Yeah, we're getting a cougar on stage.
Brr, don't drop her, she might break her hip. Oh, it's your birthday? Who wants to see some 40-year-old titties? Bet you her boobs, when she lays on her back, her boobs fall to the side and she looks like a hammerhead shark. Like, it's just great.
These guys are assholes.
It's just a great time. Like, I don't know how you can not see that band and at least smile. I don't care if you think they're a joke or you don't like the music. I don't know how you can not just stand there and just not smile.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if they play a song like "Glory Hole." I don't want to know who's sucking my dick tonight. You know, how do you not smile when you hear that? Look at that. Look. How do you not smile?
Well,
as soon as you hear
I have
that?
a stupid brain, so of course I would smile.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it sucks that we missed the first half of their set, but what we did see was pretty good. So yeah.
I agree. This is the third time I've seen Steel Panther, I think. I don't fucking know. But they're way better in a small venue that holds a couple hundred people. They're just way better. The atmosphere is better. You know, also then they'll play twice as more songs and all that stuff. But they were really good, what we saw. They sounded fine, too, in terms of sound. They sounded very good, and, you know, their mix and all that jazz. Satchel's an amazing guitar player. That guy can fucking shred, and he's such a good guitar player. And all these guys are super talented in this band. But, yeah, I mean, they're just a very funny band live. And they're such assholes because they're talking to this 40-year-old woman And Michael Starr's like, "What's your name?" And then he just takes the mic away when she's about to talk, and he's like, "It doesn't fucking matter." It's like, you guys are such assholes, and they're making fun of like black people.
They get the black chick on stage. Well, you don't want to bring the black chick on stage? Racist.
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious.
It's okay. She's just taking big cock. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah,
fuck.
It's very
great.
funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't have too much more to add that Keith didn't say, so definitely go see Steel Panther live, just in a smaller venue, for shiz. Judas Priest was next.
Fuck right.
Judas Priest was the last band there. Judas Priest was the headlining band. On the ticket it says Judas Priest.
With Steel Panther.
Did you not get Judas Priest? Was it a lie?
It was a lie.
Yeah.
I almost thought it did, because apparently it's part of their set. They started playing War Pigs. Like, they played like the first half of War Pigs, and I'm like, alright. And then they played the intro to Battle Cry. Mm-hmm. Which I was depressed that they didn't play that song, because that's probably my favorite song from that album.
That's a good song.
But, yeah, Priest put on a good live show. Seeing them live almost actually kind of brings down my opinion of at least Rob Halford's performance on their new album a little bit. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's just whatever key they're writing in and whatnot, but like, and I'm just going to get this part out of the way because it was the first thing that came to my mind. Like, he still hits those awkward notes that on the couple songs they played off of Redeemer of Souls, which was The Halls of Valhalla, The March of the Damned, and the title track is what they played. And, like, the notes are still kind of awkward there, but then, like, except for a couple places and, like, during the rest of the show, like, he's hitting notes, like, I mean, almost as good as he probably could back in the day. Like, it's not anything like old Priest. I mean, if you want old Priest, then I'm sorry. I mean, you go listen to, like, Primal Fear or anything with Tim Ripper Owens if you want to hear what Rob Halford used to sound like. But he, for his age and, like, whatnot, he did a hell of a job, I think. I was severely impressed with what he was able to do live. Song-wise, because, again, they were touring in support of Redeemer of Souls. I was surprised that they didn't play more from that album. Like I said, they only played The Halls of Valhalla, March of the Damned, and Redeemer of Souls, and that's it. And then, other than that, I mean, they played, because it's the 30th anniversary of Defenders of the Faith. How many songs from Defenders did they play? I know they played Love Bites,
3,
Defenders of the Faith, and then Jawbreaker. Like, so they did a bunch of songs, that album, and then they played I think two 70s Priest songs. Mm-hmm. They played Victims of Change and I believe Beyond the Realms of Death. Yes, Beyond the Realms of Death is
technically Hellbent for Leather.
Hellbent for Leather. That's a little bit more when they started to go different, different stuff. And I mean, they played just about half the other song, any other song you wanted to hear. They played Metal Gods, Devil's Child, Turbo Lover, which I was honestly just a little bit surprised that they played that. I don't know why. I was like, oh, they're playing this. Alright, I thought this was like, we don't talk about that in terms of, but I'm like, alright. Jawbreaker, Breaking the Law, which I thought they would play last. But I was like, okay. You got another thing coming. They played literally any song, most songs that you want to hear. The only thing I was slightly depressed about was the lack of Painkiller. There's nothing from Painkiller. And then, I mean, the only thing from Screaming... Well, they played Devil's Child and You Got Another Thing Coming, but they didn't play Electric Eye. But then other than that, Glenn Tipton's the one that's still in the band, right?
Yeah.
Because, yeah. He, I mean, both the guitars were really good. They did really well. I mean, it sounds, probably as good as it would have back in the day. I mean, I didn't see Priest back in their heyday, but I mean, it probably sounds, I mean, it sounds like it does on the record most of the time. I mean, it did sound really, really good. I mean, the drums were really good. I just think that, Scott Travis, who is a great drummer, and what was it? He did a drum solo, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one. And then my only little pet peeves was a couple times Rob Halford he just couldn't hit the notes, but it was weird. Like it was noticeable, and you've got another thing coming. There was a couple times where it was just like, eh. But then like he hits like I'm trying to think of, is it Metal Gods? He hits like the shriek that's there in that song, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can still do that? And I'm like, where was this on Redeemer of Souls? And I'm just like kind of confused, and then I was like, oh, alright. And then he's like, his range is also a lot lower, he's hitting really, really low notes, and like on Redeemer of Souls. It's just like, that was just weird, the kind of almost how inconsistent that was. And then, it seemed as though they didn't get to having fun until the back half of their set. Like, watching Rob Halford move around on stage during Dragonaut was painful. Like, because there's steps going up to the drum kit. It looked like he was having difficulty climbing those steps. And then it got to like, right around like Turbo Lover, and he's like fucking getting down on stage and like dancing and shit. And I'm like, wait, what happened to the guy who could barely walk? And then it was just like, I don't know. But then when they got into it,
gotta loosen up.
Yeah, you gotta loosen up a little.
Gotta loosen up.
But other than that, like, again, this was basically, besides a couple songs that I missed, basically the best kind of performance Priest could put on, in my opinion. So, yeah, great show, great job.
I think Priest did a fantastic job. Yeah, I thought their set was really good, but I had one problem with it. Their sound was really weird. I don't know. Their sounds of their guitars were just fucking weird, in my opinion. It got better as it went on, though, of course, as most sounds usually do. But at first I was like, man, this sounds really fucking weird. And two, it was just... And I can kind of put it aside a little bit. Judas Priest is an old band. These guys are old people.
It's like 40 years of Priest.
They've been making music for 40 years. They came off, at least in the first half of their set, as a very old band. In terms of, their bassist did not move at all.
Oh, yeah,
he stood there and
he
did not
headbanged.
Fucking move. He headbanged, but
That's about it.
I'm talking about moving around. He didn't move at all. Glenn Tipton barely moved. The other guy, their new guitar player, what's his name? I knew his name was Richie Faulkner. He moved around a lot. He had a lot of
He's
energy.
got a little more spry in his step.
Yeah, I mean, Rob Halford walks around like the mad guy in the pit, like Rob Halford always does. But they just came off as a very old band. They just stood there and played their music. And I feel even the crowd kind of thought that. There wasn't a lot of people. I felt like the crowd definitely was not into them as much as they were into them in the second half of their set.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, the guitarists would try to get people to clap and nobody would fucking clap. And then they played, I'd say around when they played Turbo Lover
was
is
when shit got real.
Shit got fucking real, and the crowd was really into it, and it was fucking sweet. But their set list was really good. Judas Priest has so many good songs and so many albums that you could sit there and pick at every single song and be like, they should have played this instead of this. And like their ballad, they played Beyond the Realms of Death from Stained Class. It's easy to say, oh, they should have played When the Night Comes Down because it's the 30th anniversary of Defenders of Faith. But, the songs that they did play were very cool. I personally find Metal Gods to be like the corniest song of all time. That's just my opinion. I don't know if I would have played that song. It's just weird.
They kind of have to.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's
weird.
like because everybody calls that's their nickname, the Metal Gods.
Yeah,
so it's like
just
they just kind of have to.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just me. But man, when they really got it going. They had it fucking going. Like, You Got Another Thing Coming was just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And they did kind of like an extended edition of it, and it was just really sweet. You just had the crowd singing, and I hate though how when Rob Halford, even when I watch YouTube videos of him live, how when he plays that song he talks the whole fucking verses, and it's like, no, don't talk. The fucking, I mean, he
if you
didn't.
think I'm surround, as the world goes by,
Yeah,
listen like a fool, in case I do or die.
yeah. It's just like just sing it. It sounds so much better. But other than that, I mean, that song was fucking awesome. And, Rob Halford, he really ended up getting a lot of people into it. It was really cool when... It was cool, but it was the most stupid thing. He came out, and all he did for a good 5 minutes was say, yeah.
Yeah!
And he'd go like, yeah. And then the crowd would go, yeah. And it was just kept going on. And then he'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'd start again. It was really cool, but it was when you really think about it, it was really fucking stupid. He's just saying yeah the whole time. And of course, when they played Hellbent for Leather, he rode out on the motorcycle and he had his fucking hat on and he sat on the motorcycle the whole time. He's probably out of breath and tired. But
he's probably hoping it doesn't fall on him again, like in the 80s.
Yeah, that song was awesome. Breaking the Law was pretty fucking cool too. It was just a really solid fucking show. And when they played "Living After Midnight," which is the second and last song that they played, I completely forgot about that song. I haven't really listened to that song that much when I listened to Priest, but then I was like, oh yeah, they didn't play this song, so that was really cool up. I personally, I think my most favorite song that they played live was "Devil Child." That song fucking jams, and they fucking jammed the shit out of that song. Rob Halford was getting fucking down on that shit, and he was really just belting it out, and that was just fucking cool. And I was like, hell yeah, man, this is cool. All their new songs went over, to me, they went over really well. I feel like most of the people there were older and probably, were just like play old Judas Priest. That's what I'm here for. But, which sucks because the songs they did play were really good. Redeemer of Souls sounded awesome. Halls of Valhalla sounded awesome, but to me it sounded a little bit slower than it does on the album. But it sounded really cool, and Rob Halford getting all fucking brutes in the middle. Was in charge. He got fucking brutal a couple other times.
Yeah, it's just like, whoa, where'd that come from?
And when they played March of the Damned, it was really, really cool. It was cool. And I can sit there and say it was really stupid, it was corny, but it was cool. He's adding his own flair to the show and making it unique and, cool. But, yeah, it was awesome.
I'm trying to think of it.
I really, really dug their performance, man. I
hope they come back around.
I really hope they do come back around, because I would love to see him again, just play
I'd like to see him
more
on,
songs.
Again, just because, my personal favorite Priest album is Painkiller, on, some kind of anniversary of Painkiller.
Yeah.
That way, we have an excuse to hear a song or two from
Are
that.
they too old to play Painkiller?
They could play fucking...
They could do it.
They could play Touch of Evil.
Yeah.
Like if they were trying to go for the more rock, ish Priest, Touch of Evil fits perfectly with that, and that's an awesome fucking song.
Yeah, they said they were trying to go for more classic, so I feel that they could play Painkiller stuff. I mean, Richie Faulkner, he can fucking shred. His solo part that he did was fucking sweet. It was really cool, and the way he went into it was really fucking awesome. I mean, some of the songs on Redeemer of Souls fucking shred, so I have no doubt that they could. I too wish that they played at least one song off of Painkiller. That would have made me happy, because that is my favorite Priest record. Electric Eye, the lack of Electric Eye really shocked me. I really thought they... Yeah, that's a really good opening song, and even just playing something like Screaming for Vengeance, Fever, Bloodstone. I mean, yeah. Like I said before, you could sit here and go on and on about what they shouldn't have played, because they have so many songs. But their set list was solid. Turbo Lover really fucking surprised me. I feel like that's like a thing that you don't want to mention with Judas Priest. even though I always kind of liked that song and stuff. But it's always kind of weird. Like nobody mentions
It's
that.
the redheaded stepchild of Priest songs.
Yeah, and when I listen to that song, I'm like, this is kind of
Corny.
queer. Not to offend anybody, but I mean, it definitely is better live when you have a couple
singing.
thousand people singing that chorus and stuff. Yeah. Although, if they were going to play one song off of that, take out Turbo Lover and play Reckless. That song is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have played rap.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what my favorite song was. I have 3 choices off the top of my head. I'd agree Devil's Child fucking jams. I would honestly say, because that's when the set kind of turns around, I'd say Turbo Lover is awesome. And then I'd honestly say, because again, I'm not like our friend Reggie, I'm not the biggest fan of 70s Judas Priest. But Beyond the Realms of Death,
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was really cool.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool. And also, they had a really good light show, and just their back. They didn't really have a backdrop, but they had these like
Screens.
Their
The screen was like in front of their cabs, so it was like, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
They put on a solid show. I mean, we're sitting here nitpicking at a couple things, but it was honestly really fucking good.
But these little small things, that's the only things that we can find wrong.
Yeah. I wish they would have played somewhere instead of the Pier 6 Pavilion. I mean, it was nice out. That's a nice venue, but
You can get a canoe and just watch the bands from the waterfront.
But seats were $70, okay? And I'm not paying $70 per fucking show. That's just me. I can't do that. So we got lawn when they were $50. But the lawn really isn't angled up that great. And then there's a bunch of fucking fat ass Americans there with their fucking lawn chairs and blankets. It's like, dude, you're at a fucking show. You're not at the goddamn beach. Stand the fuck up for an hour, dude. I mean, come on. And so that took up so much space. And you're like, well, I don't want to stand in front of these dick faces because they're sitting in their fucking chairs. I don't want to be an ass. But it's like, get the fuck up.
After all, you stop caring. You just say, fuck you.
Yeah, don't be a fat turd, man. Don't ruin it for other people because you got to bring your fucking lawn chair because you're fat as shit.
Angry fuck.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Go see Judas Priest.
Definitely. I mean, we don't know how much longer they're going to have, so. I hope they come around. Like I said, I hope they put out another album. I hope they tour again. It would be awesome.
I hope Judas Priest never fucking dies.
Yeah. I hope Ralph Halford just stops aging so he can keep singing the way he does.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Find the Holy Grail. Ralph Halford. Do it.
The Holy Grail singer can beat Rob Halford.
Alright. Okay. Sure.
Judas Priest will live on forever.
We can just keep replacing him with people that sound like him.
Yeah.
Put, what was it? Ralph from
Yeah.
Primal Fear.
Yeah.
Just keep replacing him.
Yeah.
Judas Priest starts wearing masks, so you never know that they replaced him. It's just some...
Judas Priest and Slipknot tour.
Confirmed,
What a
2015.
what a night and day difference that would fucking be. Holy shit. Whatever.
We're fucking rambling. Ramble on.
See you later.
See ya.
Blaze it.